been a while since I've taken you on my power walk, and especially the detour to our special place. And here is where I cover the topics that you like. Today, I'll be speaking about something that I've never covered before, which is what I call the non-negotiables in a relationship. So if you're especially not in a relationship and you're wanting to have a relationship, or if you're in a relationship that might not be working, the thing to do is to determine what you consider to be non-negotiables in a relationship. Because once you determine that and you break them, you're set up for failure. So what could be some of the non-negotiables? Non-negotiables, for example, one would be drugs. If you are getting into a relationship with someone who is abusing drugs, non-negotiable. A smoker, non-negotiable. Someone who doesn't take care of their bodies, non-negotiable. And why? And the reason is that all of those things are self-destructive. And if that person doesn't have the caring, the self-caring, the awareness of what they're doing to themselves, or they just don't care, then they're bringing into a relationship the potential for you to be a caretaker, because that person will eventually get sick and will create problems for you that could have been avoided. Now, if you're in a relationship and someone gets sick, then of course you're there, but not because they're creating the problem. Another non-negotiable would be disloyalty. A person who cheats on you or lies to you, tricks you. That's what happens when you are betrayed. Non-negotiable. Also, a person who has a problem with time. We can all be late every once in a while, but if you have someone who just doesn't commit to respect your time, that could be a potential problem right there too. So, am I looking for perfection? No. I am suggesting that you can increase your probability of relationships working. Now, ideally would be that you have similar political affiliations and beliefs, because those are important. Now, you don't have to have a robot who agrees with you, but some compatibility in the way you look at the world, because politics is a way of looking at the world. So you can have someone who does not agree with your political beliefs, but who has the discernment and the tolerance, which is another one. Then it's all right. Then you can debate in a tolerant way, respecting each other. But there's no tolerance. It's just a dictatorial kind of thing. It's not going to work. Because then those things become the basis for the dissatisfaction, and the fear of ending the relationship lets you go into what you might think it's not working. Like, for example, someone is just not eating the way you want them to, or just ridiculous things, because there's a fear of facing the non-negotiables. And if you go back to check this out, look at all the relationships that didn't work for you, and look at how there were signs there of you or the person that you didn't address. And eventually there was a critical mass and it didn't work. So no matter who you meet who is not meeting those requirements that you have, don't go into it, because you'll be stepping into hell. That doesn't mean you're looking for perfection. You're looking for the probability of things working and increasing harmony. And there are plenty of people that are compatible with your beliefs. But the ones that I mentioned, they're trouble. So be aware. And also begin to live your non-negotiables. Don't judge the non-negotiables if you're not living them yourself. So this is an inclusive thing, your own and others. So if you don't want someone to be a drug addict, then you're also not going to be a drug addict. If you don't want someone to betray you, you also don't betray. So it's an inclusive process. And if you do that, you're going to have a beautiful relationship Not perfect, but beautiful. Not flawless, but tolerant of the things that are workable. Enjoy, and I hope you find your partner. And if you have a partner that you want to work on with this, go over it and have both of you watch and listen to this video. So, the non-negotiables, if you break them, you step into hell. Enjoy, and now back to my walk.